Clapperboard every level of a cloud engineer's career salary breakdown 2026. Imagine this. One morning, millions of people open their favorite apps. Netflix, Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Amazon. Everything works perfectly. Videos load instantly. Photos appear in seconds. Messages travel across the world almost instantly. It feels like magic. But then, for just 5 minutes, the cloud goes down. Streaming stops. Online shopping freezes. Businesses lose millions of dollars. Hospitals struggle to access critical data. Airlines delay flights. Banks can't process transactions. Within minutes, the world begins to slow down because behind almost every app, every website, every online game, every AI model, and every digital service you use, there's something. Most people never think about it. The cloud. And behind the cloud are the engineers who keeps the modern world running. They're called cloud engineers. But here's the question. How does someone go from setting up their very first virtual server to design cloud infrastructure worth billions of dollars and earning over $450,000 a year? Today, we're breaking down every level of a cloud engineer's career, from a complete beginner to head of the cloud. Let's begin. Intro. 20 years ago, most companies owned giant server rooms. If a business needed more storage or more computing power, they had to buy more physical machines, more cables, more hardware, more buildings. It was expensive, and it is difficult to scale. Then everything changed. The cloud revolutionized technology. Instead of buying servers, companies could rent them. Instead of building data centers, they could deploy applications across the world in minutes. Today, nearly every major company runs on cloud platforms. Banks, hospitals, governments, airlines, streaming services, artificial intelligence, even the phone in your pocket. Cloud computing has become the invisible foundation of the digital world, and the people responsible for building, securing, and maintaining that foundation are cloud engineers. But every cloud engineer starting exactly the same way, with curiosity. Level 1, Cloud Support Intern. Every expert begins somewhere, not inside a billion-dollar data center, not managing thousands of cloud servers, but sitting in front of a laptop, trying to understand what a cloud actually it is. At first, everything sounds confusing. Virtual machines, containers, Linux, networking, storage, load balancers, DNS, firewalls, cloud regions, availability zones. It feels like an entirely new language. But slowly, the pieces begin to connect. As a cloud support intern, you don't build massive infrastructures. You observe, you learn, you troubleshoot, you assist senior engineers. You configure simple cloud resources, deploy your first virtual machine, connect your first storage bucket, and celebrate the first time everything works. Because every cloud engineer, remember that moment, the moment the cloud stopped feeling complicated and started making sense. Level 2, Junior Cloud Engineer. One day, something changes. You're no longer just fixing problems. Now, You're building solutions. Your first cloud deployment probably isn't massive. It won't serve millions of users. May it's a simple website, a small business application, or your very first API. Simple projects, small victories, but every successful deployment builds your confidence. For the first time, you can launch an application that anyone in the world can access. That's when cloud computing stops feeling like theory and becomes reality. As a junior cloud engineer, your responsibilities grow quickly. You deploy virtual machines, configure cloud storage, manage databases, set up load balancers, create secure virtual networks, monitor application performance, and solve problems before customers even notice them. You discover something most beginners never expect it. Building servers isn't the hardest part. Keeping them running 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Because when a cloud system fails, thousands of businesses can be affected. Millions of users can lose access. And every second, it costs money. This is where you learn that reliability is everything. By now, your salary begins to grow from around $70,000 to nearly $120,000 per year. But the biggest reward isn't the paycheck. It's the feeling that your work is powering the internet itself. Level 3, Cloud Engineer Beginning. After a few years, you're no longer following tutorials. You're designing real cloud infrastructure. Now, companies trust you with their most valuable systems. Banks store financial records on infrastructure. You help build hospitals, protect patient data using security systems. You configure streaming platforms, deliver millions of videos through cloud networks. You maintain every click, every purchase, every online meeting, every AI request travels through cloud infrastructure. And somewhere behind the scenes, a cloud engineer make it all possible. Where the job changes. You're no longer managing servers. You are building the invisible backbone of the modern world. Level 3, Cloud Engineer Continue. The biggest surprise is that cloud computing isn't about one server or one application. It's about connecting thousands of systems into one reliable platform. Every day, millions of users upload photos, watch videos, make online payments, store files, attend virtual meetings, and train AI models. They never see the infrastructure behind it, but you do. Behind every successful application, they are virtual machines, containers, databases, storage systems, load balancers, TAN, and cloud networks, working together like one giant machine. Now, your job is no longer simply deploying resources. It's designing systems that never stop. Because when millions of people depend on your platform, downtime is no longer an option. This is where automation becomes your greatest skill. Instead of configuring one server manually, you automate hundreds of them. Infrastructure becomes code. Updates become faster. Deployments become safer. And mistakes become far less common. The cloud is no longer just technology. It's engineering at global scale. By now, many cloud engineers earn between $130,000 and $220,000 per year. But the next level is where everything changes. Level 4, Senior Cloud Engineer. A few more years pass, and something changes. People stop asking, "Can you deploy this?" They begin asking, "Can you design the entire system?" You're no longer responsible for a single application. You're responsible for the entire platform. Junior engineers come to you for advice. Your architecture determines whether a product can support 10,000 users or 100 million. This is where experience matters more than speed. You spend less time writing commands and more time reviewing infrastructure, planning disaster recovery, improving security, reducing cloud costs, and making sure the business never goes offline. Because 1 hour of cloud downtime can cost millions of dollars. Senior cloud engineers also begin working with multi-cloud environments, global cloud regions, container orchestration, serverless platforms, infrastructure as code, advanced monitoring, and large-scale automation. These technologies power some of the world's biggest companies. By now, your total compensation can reach $250,000 to $400,000 per year, especially at global technology companies. But if you think this is the highest level, think again, because the next step isn't just managing cloud infrastructure, it's designing the digital foundation of an entire enterprise. Level 5, Cloud Architect. At this level, you're no longer asking, "Can this application run?" You're asking, "Can this business survive if an entire data center fails?" That's the difference. A cloud architect don't think in servers or virtual machines. They think in systems, entire ecosystems built to survive almost anything. Imagine designing a cloud platform that serves hundreds of millions of users across continents, across time zones, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without stopping. That's your responsibility. One wrong architectural decision can bring an entire company to its knees. One smart decision can save millions of dollars every single year. This is why cloud architects spend more time planning than deploying. Because the most expensive mistake isn't writing bad code, it's designing bad infrastructure. By now, you're choosing which cloud services we should work together, how applications should communicate, where customer data should be stored, how our backups should be created, and how the business can recover within minutes. If disaster strikes, this level requires experience, wisdom, and the ability to think years ahead. Cloud architects often earn between $280,000 and $450,000 per year. But even this isn't the end. Level 6, Head of Cloud. Now, you stop building cloud platforms. You start leading the people who built them. Cloud engineers, cloud architects, DevOps engineers, security engineers, site reliability engineers, entire departments look at you for direction. Every week, you're making decisions that affects thousands of employees, millions of customers, and billions of dollars in infrastructure. Your calendar is no longer filled with deployments. It's filled with strategy meetings, hiring decisions, technology roadmaps, security reviews, and one important question: where should our company go next? Because technology never stops changing. Every year, new cloud services appear, new security threats emerge, new AI systems demand even more computing power, and your job is making sure your company stay ahead, not next year. That, at this level, your total compensation can exceed $500,000 a year, especially at the world's largest technology companies. But there is one final destination. Level 7, Chief Cloud Officer. Very few people ever reach this point, because this role isn't about knowing the most commands or earning the most cloud certifications. It's about wisdom. As a Chief Cloud Officer, you decide how an entire organization uses cloud technology, which platforms to invest in, how billions of customer records will be protected, how AI infrastructure will scale, how global applications will grow, and how technology will shape the company's future. At this level, you're no longer managing infrastructure. You're influencing the future of digital business itself. Your decisions may affect millions of people across the world. The salary for executives at the biggest companies, total compensation, can exceed $700,000 per year, sometimes even higher, with bonuses and stock compensation. But here's something most people never realize. The greatest achievement was never the salary. It was a building, the invisible foundation that keeps the modern world running. And the cloud computing is something most people never think about it. You can't touch it. You can't see it. Almost every digital experience depends on it. Every movie you stream, every message you send, every online purchase, every video call, every AI model, every business running across the internet. Somewhere, a cloud engineer helped make it possible. The cloud isn't just someone else's computer. It's the foundation of the modern digital world. And the people who build that foundation will always be needed, because as technology grows, the cloud grows. As artificial intelligence grows, the cloud grows. As the world becomes more connected, the cloud becomes more important than ever. So maybe one day, the next cloud platform used by millions of people won't be built by a giant company. It might be built by you. But now, I have one question for you. If you could choose only one career: cloud engineer, robot face AI engineer, laptop computer software engineer, shield cybersecurity expert, which one would you choose, and why? Write your answer in the comments below. I read every single comment, and your suggestion could become our next documentary. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because every week here on Career Theory, we break down the world's highest paying careers from a complete beginner to the very top. No hype, no shortcuts, just the real roadmap to careers, building our future. This is Career Theory. We'll see you in the next documentary. Until then, keep learning, keep building, and keep moving forward. Rock it.